Rico, how are you? I'm excited to be here. Holy hell.
Michael, I'm doing good. Yeah, as the draft was going on, it was everything we wanted it to be and more. They were interesting. They were players. You saw what Weaver was doing. I don't know if all these picks will be great, but the fact that he turned over this team in one night and did it, honestly, guys, if you're that bent out of shape over Luke Kennard, I can't help you.
No. You don't need to help them, because today is the day where those people, the Pistons loyalists wasting their lives on social media, certain stubborn people who cover the team, can all line up as if they are about to greet the Pope and kiss my ass. Oh. Troy Weaver walked in here and went, wait, you got to be kidding me. This is the roster? This.
Yeah. Is this the G League team? No, that's
much like Aunt Joni. He took the pricing gun and he went to Bruce Brown's forehead. Expired. Luke Kennard's kneecaps. Expired. And guess what's going to happen? Hey, Blake, I've got a coffin for you. Expired. D. Rose. Expired. What Troy Weaver did is the equivalent of what I would have done if I ran your sad sack franchise. He gutted it. He took the bolt gun to the cow that is this franchise, and he sank that right into the cranium of you. And you know who you are out there. The people who try to turn Luke Kennard into something I should care about, or try to believe that Bruce Brown's a centerpiece. Newsflash, your team blows, your team is irrelevant, and now your team is in, say it with me, Rico, you're in a full rebuild. Yeah!
Now with the rebuild, rebuild means that you got to be patient. Rebuild means
that's right.
They're not coming out, and they're probably not making the playoffs. The rebuild means even the guys you see on this team right now may just still be parts of pieces to move other players to finally get the ones that he wants. So,
loved it.
Yeah, don't sit there and say, well, he gutted the team and they still suck. Yeah, they probably will.
No, the best part, they now have a chance to get the number one pick next year.
Yeah,
I loved what Troy Weaver did. I love the idea of it. I like the philosophy of it, right? I don't know about the execution. I won't know if Killian Hayes was the right pick. I won't know if drafting Sadiq Bey is the right pick. Like, that's not what I'm getting lost in. Nobody has those answers.
Right.
Like, we're going to get ticket text today going, I love Sadiq Bey. I'll tell you, incredibly underrated. Newsflash, you've never seen – you wouldn't know Sadiq Bey if he walked in your house and slept with your mother. You wouldn't know who Sadiq Bey is. So just stop. The bottom line is – you had a GM walk in the door, and instead of it being Uncle Ed and Uncle Arn up at the bar at Hyde Park making picks, you had a real GM walk in and do the job. Get this nonsense out of here. Get Kennard and his Golden Girl kneecaps out of here. Bruce Brown, no future. Out. We're going to go ahead and buy our way back in. We're going to go ahead. We're going to take Ariza. He's pre-bought out.
Yeah.
We're going to get a first-rounder there. And the pick Houston gets back has so many protections, it'll be 2030 before they receive 2 second-round picks.
The Trevor Ariza deal had me scratching my head for a second like, whoa. Why'd you give up a first-round pick for them? And then when it was broken down, it's protected from 16 to 10 to 9. That in year 5, if the Pistons haven't given away the pick, it's only worth 2 second-rounders. Okay, I can deal with that. I can live
100%.
with that. Yeah. Because
bottom line is this. When you ask the people, this is what I want to hear. If you want to go granular and start yelling and screaming about Killian Hayes instead of Tyrese Halliburton, like, we can have conversations. I told you a long time ago I thought Killian Hayes was the fit here. I thought Killian Hayes would be the guy. That's on tape. That's on record. I'm not mad. Now, did I think that Israeli Doncic would be there? No, I didn't. That's going to be the fascinating comparison.
Yep.
Is him versus Killian and who ends up the better guy. But the bottom line is this: whether you know these players or not, you don't. Whether we know whether it'll work or not, we don't. I want to know if you're comfortable with what Troy Weaver has done and what he's about to do. Make no mistake about it. He's going to finish gutting this roster. You're going to be one of the 1, 2, or 3 worst teams in basketball, and this is a full rebuild. And I will tell you, I'm thrilled. This is what I have begged the Pistons to do for a decade. I love what I watched. Will it work? No idea. But I can get behind the idea of it. Because unlike some of the other GMs in this town, at least Troy Weaver is trying. At least Troy Weaver has a plan. I'm in on this.
At least Troy Weaver.
539-9797. Rico, go.
Yeah, he's got the other GMs on a speed dial that he was able to call different people. He's not just dealing with one team and saying, well, who are you going to cut? Who are you going to get rid of? We'll take them. He's calling all around the league. He's trying to find the best deals to reduce salary. He still has, $17, $18 million to play with in free agency if he wants to find somebody for this year to kind of help the team along. But the beauty of it is young players start over, and there's a way that you can accept bad basketball when you see a process, when you see building youth. There you go, Mike. When you see that, you can accept and say, you know what? They're bad, but they're going to be better. Let's wait and see what happens, rather than a bunch of veterans who, let's face it, they had already hit their ceiling. They weren't going to get any better. It is what it is. The Pistons were stuck in purgatory. You're going to be just outside the lottery, and you're not going to make the playoffs every year.
And now it's get rid of Blake, which they will. His contract, the longer they have him, will become more valuable. Tony Snell's a dead man. He's gone. D. Rose, they'll flip him. Wouldn't be shocked if it's in the opening days of free agency. And now your team is primarily made up of the Svies, Doumbouya, Killian, Sadiq Bey, draft picks, youth, etc. And look, we'll get into each pick. I'm fine with that. There is one pick I really didn't like, and I think you know what pick that is. But overall,
we may agree on that one.
I think we do, because I don't prioritize the position anymore. 248-539-9797. Ticket text, same number. I just want to know where you're at. Did you love it? Did you hate it? Are you bummed out they're in a complete rebuild? Are you one of these Pistons losers on social media who somehow thought, oh my God, why are they changing everything? We were close. Newsflash, you weren't. Stop listening to that god-awful broadcast.
I think most Pistons people, after the initial shock, because we haven't seen a GM work the phones like that since ever in this town, where it was like, wait, well, what about this guy? There were no sacred cows, and even the ones that you thought, Luke Kennard wasn't going to help you win.
That's what the Pistons have done since Joe was here. Joe had false sacred cows. Like Greg Monroe in Joe's world was untouchable.
Yeah.
That's insane to me. Luke Kennard is a centerpiece or a guy I'm supposed to care about? Really?
Yeah.
Maybe you ought to pay more attention to his medicals. In a word, they're not good. Like, call it what it is. This is the work that needed to be done. I give the organization credit for bringing in someone from an organization with a clue, and seemingly, God help us, don't let this change, but seemingly, for a night, everybody and every agenda stayed out of the way, and Troy Weaver got to work. That I can get with, and I'll give him time, and I'll be patient, and I will support it because there is a plan. Now let him execute it. Don't deviate from it. I was very impressed with what we saw last night, Rico. I really was.
Yeah, I was too. I like the fact, and I'm looking at the Pistons and said, they did what I wanted, actually. You didn't have to necessarily move up to get a guy. Killian Hayes was there, and you kind of saw it. When the Knicks took Obi Toppin, I said, okay, he's going to fall down. And then the other guy that you hated, was it Williams?
I didn't hate him. I said I was scared to take him because of his
As I stated, Mike hated him.
Offensive ability.
So,
oh my God.
And when he was gone, I'm like, okay, the Pistons will get that. Now, it would be great if they could somehow get other first-round picks, and they did that, and they did it.
Beautiful.
They did it without giving away really anything. They just had a garage sale and people came out buying.
It was aggressive, and God, it just frustrates me because I wish Troy Weaver were here last year. Yeah. D Rose would not be here. They would have had another first-round pick. They would have done some other things. Just let him work. That would be my message. If this man can keep the politics clear of him and he is allowed to do this job, this is a really nice first step. Now, if Goris decides he's going to hit the after-hours club and call Troy and demand they go get someone he met at the club, he's a super guy, bring him in. No. Just stay away. Yeah, let the basketball people do their thing.
Is that from a 212 area code? Yeah, we're not answering that.
Yeah, not touch it. No.
Let it.
Man, it's 4:30 in the morning. Mr. Goris is calling you. Aren't you going to pick that up? No.
Yeah.
Straight to voicemail.
I was sleeping. We were all sleeping. Okay.
Straight to voicemail. You won't believe it. I met J.R. Smith. Okay. Straight to voicemail. Voicemail. Now, 248-539-9797. Don't make me beg. Don't make me get it. Now, listen, I'm in a very good mood regarding your Pistons. I feel like we have a chance now to get basketball back in this